Magandang gabi mga kapempem at welcome sa Manila Cathedral at
Welcome to the KoolPals
Intramuros Night Tour!
Wow! Wow! Kasama namin sila! Guys na may may karamdaman, umawak lamang sa picture na ito. Gagaling! Gagaling!
Pwede naman tayo manggamot ng ngayon kung ano natin yung sayang yung bilog eh, mahirap gawin tong bilog eh.
Alam namin na mahirap magpalit ng underwear ngayon sa may just in case lang ho na unang humawak po dito hindi namin i-judge.
Tara na. Puerta del Parian.
Sige.
Yo, this is my first time here in the Intramuros tour, and this is your boy, Asha. So we have this guy. We have this guy right now. It's so fun here, yo. Check this out.
Hustisya! Sabi ng mga tao, sino ba naglilibig ng putang na alas 6 ng gabi? Tsaka nasaan yung putang ng kabaong? So ano tong vlog na to? Libing ni GB Labrador?
Oops! So okay, dito po tayo sa may Center Island, sa makasaysayang hotspot deep talk sa Intramuros, sa initan, dito po yan. Pero we will be focusing first with this university known as the Lyceum of the Philippines.
Okay, so Lyceum along with Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila were one of the two schools that moved into Intramuros after World War II. Palagi na lang kinikwento na palagi nakakita ng multo of nurses running down the corridors covered in blood. Ngayon medyo weird yung nurses. Napaka-specific kasi dapat usually, di ba sabihin mo students or teachers. Bakit nurse? Ngayon, if you're familiar with the history of this location, it makes a little bit more sense because before this was Lyceum, ito yung hospital ng San Juan de Dios Hospital. It is the oldest hospital in the Philippines and it was founded in this general location around the 1580s. The hospital served until 1945. It was a massacre site. A number of doctors, nurses, and patients were killed by the Japanese here before they forced out all the survivors to the ruins of the Colegio de Santa Rosa. And then when the Americans started bombarding Intramuros on February 16, 1945, the hospital was one of the first structures to be destroyed. So now, yun at least, when the next time you hear about stories of nurses running up and down the corridors, it makes more sense because this used to be a hospital. Yun lang po. May tanong ako. Dadalhin nyo rin ba kami sa yung history? Masaya lang, ganun. Walang mga massacre.
May history pa rin naman, syempre. And now, we'll be focusing with this one right here, the Puerta del Parian. So, let's talk about Puerta del Parian. Puerta meaning entryway or daanan. Parian because of a market or faray. Because that leads to the Arroceros del Parian. If you remember, our LRT tour recently, kung saan pumunta tayo sa Arroceros del Parian. Now, this all leads to that, this gate leads to that market until during the British invasion, the gates were destroyed by the British. Then it would also see another demise during the Second World War or the Battle of Manila. The Americans tried to enter the walled city of Intramuros from this area. Unfortunately, the Americans cannot enter without losing lots of lives. And that resulted for the destruction of the walled city for the second time. And there would be collateral, meaning there would be people be caught in the artillery shelling of the Americans.
Bikot, saglit lang. Siya si Ebsen. Halika dito.
Ayan o. Ito ba yung sinasabi
Ito
mo?
ba yung sinasabi mo, Bikot?
Bicot.
Bicot. Ay, sorry. Balik.
And after the war, the walled city of Intramuros, or should I say, in that area where the Parian is located, would also be a mass grave site.
Nag-uusari siya ng uno.
So here, you have a photo of the mass grave site of the Puerta del Parian. Because again, puno ang mga sementeryo. What do you need to do with the rotting dead bodies around the Intramuros? You have no choice but to bury them in a mass grave. So, now we will proceed to another location here in Intramuros, the Aduana, where we will discuss, of course, the horrors happening in that customs.
Lagi sumasabay pa yung kulog, tangina, di ba?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bagsak!
Always ready.
Sayang. Sino kung totoo yun, di ba? Ang galing ko.
Okay, we are now standing in front of a building that has had multiple names and functions over the past couple of decades. At some point, this was known as the Intendencia. After the war, this was the Central Bank of the Philippines. Bago siya nasunog ulit ng 1979, Comelec po siya. With that out of the way, ang number one manifestation ng multo dito sa loob ng Aduana, people claiming to hear the laughter of children. As in, mag-imagine kayo ng barkada ng mga bata na naglalaro ng taya-tayaan. Ganong tawanan. So, may nangmumulto talaga dito. However, let me assure you, hindi naman siya permanent. Yung Aduana kasi located sa katabi ng Pasig River. So, nagiging parang net ito or catchment ng mga tao, mga kaluluwa ng mga taong namatay sa Pasig River. Kaya din palaging bata. Kasi kung iisipin nyo, sino ba ang tumatambay sa tabi ng Ilog Pasig? Kaya may bata. Okay, we are now standing in the former location of the Palacio de Gobernador. It has served as the homes of the Governor General up to 1863. Where it was destroyed by an earthquake and was never repaired again. The residents of Intramuros built an air raid shelter among the ruins. Unfortunately, during the Battle of Manila, the Japanese crammed roughly around 160 men inside the air raid shelter, sealed off the windows, and then dropped grenades inside the air raid shelter, killing most of the 160 men. Around 4 people survived it, including a Franciscan priest by the name of Father Maria Manjabacas. And Manjabacas, after surviving and crawling out of the ruins, could not think of anything else but to return to the San Francisco Church, which is now Mapua. So gumapang siya mula dito hanggang Mapua. Pagdating niya doon, wala na pala yung simbahan na bomba na pala ng mga Amerikano. So at that point, sumuko na siya, binigay na niya ang buhay na sa Diyos. Sabi, the next military platoon that approaches me, I will surrender to them. Fully expecting na hapon ang makakita sa kanya, papatayin siya kaagad. So may nakita siya, tayo siya, kumaway siya, kanong lumapit sa kanya, na-save siya. Nung gumagapang siya pabalik dito, hawak-hawak ni Father Manjabacas yung tiyan niya, kasi dahil doon sa pagsabog, nahihiwa yung tiyan niya at lumiligwak yung laman loob niya. So hinahawakan niya paloob para hindi mawala. So, tandaan na, ay, isa pa pala, 74 na pala siya noon. So I will finish off yung speech ko dito with one more story of survival. The story of a 13-year-old girl by the name of Rosalinda Andoy, who was discovered underneath a pile of corpses. 1 year later, she was called to testify against General Yamashita. So habang nagbibigay siya ng testimony niya, sinabi sa kanya ng prosecution, can you lift up your dress and show what the Japanese did to you? So si Rosalinda, inangat niya ang kanyang damit, and people saw that she had 38 stab wounds all over her body, including 2 that went in and out. If it's not your time to die, you are not going to die.
Okay, tatawid tayo ng kalye next.
Oo. Walang titingin sa gilid, ha?
Ito na yung sinasabi kanina.
Kung oras nyo na, oras nyo na.
So we are now at our last attraction, which is the Fort Santiago Complex. So the Fort Santiago Complex, before it became Fort Santiago, this was the area or the kingdom of Praha Suleiman was once located. Then the Spaniards arrived in 1570 and the locals were defeated in 1571. They took Manila as theirs. And then by 1589, they would change the Palisade Fort into Fort Santiago. Again, Fort Santiago. Not first, not second, not third, but...
Muwi ka na!
Ay, sorry. Supportive dapat.
Grabe, pati boss ko binigla ko. Okay. And throughout time, Fort Santiago would be feared by the locals and even foreign invaders. The locals, hindi nila alam kung makakalabas pa sila ng buhay. Because again, once you enter Fort Santiago, there's no turning back. Let's proceed to the gate of Fort Santiago.
Pwede ba bumalik na lang tayo sa 7-Eleven ulit?
Halika na, human centipede. Human centipede. Human.
O, dugtong kayo, dugtong.
Dugtong.
Ay, sali kayo, kapit.
Human.
Centipede. Human centipede. Human centipede.
Please, sumama na kayo.
Tinubuhin lang natin yung isa-isang babae. First. Unang babae sa human centipede. Pag-interview mo.
Palakpakan natin yung isang babae. Ang pangalan, ma'am? Geneva, para sa human centipede.
Galing.
Okay. So, the name of the person in the photo is Yvette Tan. If your name rings a bell, she is one of the best horror writers in the country. So, when this photo was taken in 2018, a photographer who was, sabihin na lang nating nakakakita, sensitive. Sensitive. Paano ko ba i-explain to? Yvette.
Andiyan pa si ma'am.
So ano ulit yung mga sinasabi mo kanina? Hindi, ulitin natin.
Meow, meow! Meow, meow!
Apparently they have a weird culture here. So Yvette, ano yung circumstances behind the two photos I'm about to show?
So, I was here with Tagalog ba English?
Ano?
Tagalog po kasi tangay ang mga yan.
So, kasama ko yung photographer.
Nag-agree siya. Tanga kayo.
Grabe naman.
Nag-Tagalog eh.
Ayaw ko sabihin Inglesera ako, mamaya.
English na tayo, Yvette, tanggapin na natin.
Totoo yun, Inglesera.
Let's accept.
Sorry. Anyway.
Sorry.
Okay, where do I put this?
Hawakan niyo naman.
Hawakan ko na lang. Okay,
Pwede
so...
ba pagkwentuhin natin siya?
Okay.
Mahaba yung kwento eh. So, long story short, inikot namin yung buong Fort Santiago na ang dami-dami nangyaring kababalaghan. Tapos, paalis na kami, pinaalis na kami ng mga guard. Tapos, pinapicture niya kami dito. Sabi niya, Yvette, sandali lang. Picturean kita dito sa may arco. So, naka-tripod siya, tapos naka-remote yung camera, so hindi na hinahawakan. So, ayan. 1 picture, 2 picture, 3 picture. So, yung first picture, normal. Yung second picture,
Ito na.
yan na. Yung second picture,
Ito.
biglang may orbs. Oh my God! Na hindi namin alam kung saan
Excuse you,
galing.
hindi siya orb.
Orbs. Orbs. Madami. Madaming kaluluwa. And then the third one,
Wala na dito.
wala nang third. Wala na naman. So, ako naman, nakita ko yung camera, naka-tripod siya, hindi siya, naka-remote yung shutter, hindi na ginagalaw, pero paano nagka-orb?
Okay.
Ayun lang.
And just to add to that, in case iniisip nyo na baka boke ito, boke hindi buka, babastos nyo? The photo was taken in front of a light source. Nasaan yung bokeh from the first picture? The pictures were taken 2 seconds apart. So, takeaway number 1, Yvette is a magnet. Takeaway number 2, ganong kadaming laman ang Fort Santiago.
Protektahan natin si Ma'am Yvette. Meow, 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 meow.
Ngayon, protektahan. Kanina, patrol!
Hindi ko alam kung nandyan siya eh. Siyempre. Oh,
Ayan! Okay.
po
So,
natin yung sinasabi ni Muman kanina.
pinapawisan ako hindi dahil mainit.
okay. So Yvette has 3 books out in the market ngayon. One is Waking the Dead. The second anthology is Seek Ye Hor. Sounds like Seek Ye Hor. Seek Ye Hor. Hanapin yung puta. Yung third one, ay sorry, ano yung third one?
Secure.
Okay, the third book is Kaba. 3 of you will win copies of the book later. Yay! Hindi siya kasama. Oh, sige. Okay, and with that, thank you very much.
Thank you also.
Thank you. So yun lang. Alex, bring them na to the dungeon. Habol ako.
Welcome to the dungeon of Fort Santiago. In this dungeon, the Americans found at least 60 to 100 bodies. And they were shocked that some of the bodies that they found don't have gunshots, stab wounds, meaning they were left here to be dead. Walang tubig, walang pagkain. And the photos that you are seeing today are from the aftermath of the Battle of Manila. And these 2 specific photos, when you enter the second chamber, yan po yung natagpuan ng mga katawan dito. Some of them were burned. And these are the lessons of the past we tell to the people that war should never, ever happen again. Okay? So now we will exit the dungeon through here. Diyan po, sa mga nandiyan po sa chamber 1, yung nakikita nyo pong corridor, diyan po ang daan. We are 50 po. Imagine niyo 50 tayo pero it's already crowded. What more pa yung mga civilian at sundalong nilagay dito na umaabot ng 60 to 100 or more than 100 bodies. And as you pass by chamber 3, you would be seeing photos from the American team. And if you would notice, puro babae yung nare-rescue nila. Why? Because the Japanese gathered all of the men in Intramuros and specifically here sa Fort Santiago. Ang exit, dito po sa kabila. Yan yung step na yan. And up to this day, there's a problem in the dungeon. Flooding is an issue here. That's why, be careful. That's why you are stepping on red bricks. And pagka high tide, sinasara na po ang Fort Santiago kasi yung tubig ay umaabot hanggang dyan sa may kinakalawang na part. And pag lumindol naman, kahit mababa lang, like magnitude 2, sarado na po ang dungeon. Because again, these are fragile adobes already. That's why you have reinforcements like this. And as you climb, there's another photo. Actually, ito yung dadaanan nyo ngayon. May mga nakapile up na bodies dyan after the war. Sige. Again, the photo that you are seeing here is yang dyan, yung sa stairs na yan. Imagine, bodies have been piled up in that area alone. And again, these are the horrors of war that we hope would never, ever happen again.
So Alex, alin yung mga favorite mo part ng tour niya?
Dungeon, of course. Kasi yung mga nawala na tao dito, hindi na makakapagsalita, hindi na makakwento ang nangyari sa kanila. So, it's our job as guides to tell the story of what happened here. Yeah, it's an attraction today, pero meron siyang istorya na dapat pang malaman. At yun yung nangyari sa loob.
Ikaw, no? May naramdaman ka ba doon sa baba?
nakakaano talaga dun sa baba, hindi ka makakatagal dun. Parang iba yung pakiramdam dun, para kayong tinataboy.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, Intramuros after the war. Manila, in the span of less than a month, was absolutely destroyed. Intramuros, along with Malate, Ermita, Binondo, Tondo, and the port area were flattened. Over 60% of the city was destroyed. 100,000 people killed. Cultural treasures, educational materials, artifacts, and everything in between destroyed. Namatay ang Manila. Ang problema dyan, nung binubuhay ulit ang Manila, kasi alam naman ng Pilipino, kunyari walang nangyari, ngiti tayo, ano yung term sa atin? Resilient, punyeta, ginagamit na excuse ng lahat ng politicians natin pa hindi magbigay ng pera. Imagine nyo kung anong itsura ng isang syudad na binuo ng mga tao na lahat sila may PTSD. Ang kakalabasan nun ay ang Manila ngayon.
Kaya pala ma-traffic.
Yes, actually oo, honestly. Kasi sino bang gagot kalahati magdi-design ng mga ganyang kaliliit na kalye noong 1950? So yun, but it's true, it's correct. Yun, kaya sabog-sabog yung urban design natin, kaya ang gulo, ang liliit ng mga ibang kalye, ang liliit ng mga ibang area, tapos madaming tapos poverty is rampant and all of that. Lahat yan, hindi ko binabaliwala ang involvement ng national and local government. Pero malaki din yung result, yung epekto ng Battle of Manila sa Manila.
Patatapos ka na ba?
Yes.
O sige, Day, kung tatapusin po ni Alex, pwede bang magtapos siya dun sa fourth joke niya?
O yan Alex, ginusto mo yan ha.
Kunwari di natin narinig.
Sige na, Alex. Sige, lahat kami nakanig. Sige.
So, again, thank you so much for joining our Takutan sa Intro, or what we call it as One Night in Intramuros, when its original name. And here, we're not just only enjoying about its history, its dark days, but also learning from the past. And so again, thank you so much everyone, especially sa ating mga KoolPals, for wandering Manila with us. So again, mula sa Fort Santiago, hindi first, hindi rin second, hindi third, mula sa Fort hanggang sa susunod na tawanan dito lang sa KoolPals!
Lamig! 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 Meow! 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 Meow!